What's good, guys? Lambo here, and today we are going to show you all the cool stuff in this big update for October 1st, 2023. October 5th. It is a big update. I waited a couple days just to make sure there was no errors and stuff like that. If you don't know, usually I do my posts between the 1st and the 5th, just depending on where I'm at with the mod. I'd rather release something that's more polished than release early something that's crap. And I'm glad I did because I had a couple errors that were sorted on this update. So let's get into the general updates about the map. All around the map, I added 20 plus sounds to different characters that are just standing around here. And if you don't know what I mean by characters, let's go down to this guy right here and chat with him really fast.
If you plan, sorry, if you plan on staying a while, you can have one of my bunks in here. I promise I won't breathe heavily over you in the middle of the night like my friend does.
A little creepy, all right, but there is little guys all around the map that when you walk up to them, they're going to have 20 plus different individualized sounds, and yeah, adds a little fun and life to a very quiet map. Next up, we are going to cover the farmlands. If zoom here, I have updated. A lot of the updates were to the farmland had to do with foundation. I made some of them bigger over here. That way I could add more. You can only have 64 farmlands before you have to do some weird stuff with the coding. So I'm just trying to make it better. But I've added in 61, which is a mine area, 62, 58, another mine area, 45, another mine area. 59 is a big farm outside right there. Made a few of these in here a little bigger, such as 50 and 57. Uh, Basically broke what was two, I made into one. That way I could have more up here. First up, let's cover the Mr. Clean Shrine and some lore behind it. But say you're in the middle of the ocean and you happen to find a big cargo ship, and that cargo ship is full of products that we used in modern day life, such as Windex, and then you just happen to find a whole container full of Mr. Clean cleaning product. And you assume that this guy must have been some type of deity or god. Well, that's what the people of Atoll had done.
Oh, Mr. Clean, we seek your wisdom. Shine
They have
down upon
dedicated
us your excellent
a whole
cleanness.
monument to him.
Cleanse our
I'm
home.
gonna stop right there. There is some sound when you go in there. I will let you enjoy that on your own, and I'll be adding more Mr. Clean, more Mr. Clean stuff all throughout the map. I just thought it was really cool. Thought it was a silly idea, but something that very plausible if end of the world. Next, I did update the prices on dirt because I figured that's one of the rare resources on the map. It's showing here at the Atoll Earth and Dirt is 362. That will be actually substantially higher when you get the update, due to the fact that it didn't work like how I wanted it before this video popped up. But it'll be substantially more. And if you don't know where Earth and Dirt is, it for right now I haven't got the building completely modeled out yet. I'm still working on the building, but this little gate right here is earth and dirt. And what it will do is allow you to sell dirt, asphalt, all the like droppable fill type stuff. And then eventually there will be a big mining complex right here to sort and store all this stuff. Another update. There was some trash that was floating over here. Fix that stuff so it's not floating anymore. You can come see her, and as you get close, these little markers will show you where the drop-off spot is. I kind of like it because as you get further away, they disappear, so then it's not like messing it up. But if you are selling, then you can just bring her right here. And she has some sound animations too you can go check out. And I also added some new docks to the dryland area here. As you can see, this one's very large. I was trying to accommodate the carrier with it. I still have some building to do and some adjustments and changes that I'm going to be making in future updates to the dock. So that way it looks like the carrier just slides right in there nice and glidey like. So that is that update. And there's three of these. There's one here and also here as well. This one's a little less flushed out, but it is a nice flat path. I leave a lot of this blank for you guys to build on, and also for future things that I'm going to be putting up here once I figure out what I'm going to put up here. And then there's one very last one over here at what I'm deeming as Minetown. And that would be this one over here. This one over here is a little bit lower, that way it can accommodate the smaller boats. But all of them have this little dock down at the end that you can easily offload vehicles like from the ferry and whatnot onto here. And then across the map, I installed a bunch of new 3D gates that I've modeled up and animated. So well, you gotta, in order to open this one, you gotta drive up on it. As soon as you drive up on it, it slides up. I thought it was a really cool animation, but I made all that from scratch. And this one is gonna be in what I call Mine Town. This is more of like a older, abandoned refugee town that experienced some radiational effects. As I make the map more, I'll explain some of the lore more. Now, on the dock of the foundation side, I have completely enclosed the whole area here, so you cannot get from one side of the outside of the wall inside unless you go the back way through the mines over there, or you come through the dock down here. So if you want to sell to the president, it's going to be kind of he pays a lot more because it's a pain in the butt to get here. And here's some of the gates. So you do get access to this area over here. It's not currently set up for it very much. It's a very large map, guys, so I hope you understand. I'm building it piece by piece. But when you come over here, there will be a little trigger that you can activate, and it'll open up this gate for you, so then you can easily traverse between the two sides of the wall right here. Now this one's going to be a little bit more. As you approach it, it's actually going to be only the president can authorize the opening of this gate. So as you approach it, you won't be able to do anything with it. I have it all blocked off. Now there is a secret somewhere on the map that I will explain in later versions of the map. It is currently working, but I'm not going to tell you where the trigger is. But you have to be in favor of the president in order to access the outside world and be able to easily transport stuff inside here. And this wall opens up as well, but these triggers are blocked until you find the control point to open that up. So you can feel free to look now, but you won't find it unless you really look hard. Inside Foundation, I've installed some animal pens. These are the large ones. They're like 250 cows, so very big. So there's like over 500 cows you can have here. And then I also moved the animal dealer over to here. Don't mind the weird shadows. I have a speed mod on, so the game can't load it fast enough. Do have the animal dealer right here, so you can sell your animals right here. I probably will be bringing meat into the map. I know a lot of people like that from Battlegrounds. Do some tweaks, and then I'll probably bring meat into the map. If you have used the scrap pack, you know that I have in there a one little apartment that you can basically bring the consumables and all that kind of stuff and make pretty good money. But in this map, you're going to be making those government grants that are going to gain you access to the president, which will open up the gates that I just showed you. So these are installed in Foundation, and Foundation is kind of a build your own town as well. I'll have a few things here, but I'm going to have a lot of blank space. Just so you can build. I like to be able to make my maps different later on, not be completely stuck. But you can come here, and it's this whole apartment complex that basically you're going to drop your stuff off here and pick up your consumable pallets. So we'll check this out. We'll buy it really fast. Purchase a complex. Open the production menu. And you can see it runs just like this here. Right now, the government grants are set to direct sell until I get the other features set up on this map. But if you have not ever used the scrap pack, maybe you should look into it. I have a couple videos on how that works. It's a very complex pack, but I enjoy it quite a bit. Now, this little apartment area, they're kind of lazy. They don't actually care about the production side of things. They just dump their trash right here. And this waste can be taken to the scrap pack MRF, and that is this thing located over here in the scrap pack area. If you didn't know, this will spawn cars. You just have to come over here, buy it, activate the production. The cars will spawn right here, and then you'll be able to grind them and start the process of the scrap pack. But only this place right here will accept waste, and just this one. If you buy it in the store and place it somewhere, that version of it will not do the waste thing. And I did that because if you play this on different maps, it will run pretty big errors unless I just make a placeable just for this map, which I might end up doing and just warn you later on. Now, with the two packs that I have the scrap pack and I have the Miner's Delight pack. The scrap pack will produce scrap gold, uh, gold scrap, right? And then the Miner's Delight will produce gold nuggets. Now, these two are completely different versions of gold, but they both can be made into gold ingots. And once again, this because of the complexities of the map, this can only be done on the map with this placeable, which is right here. This placeable right here makes ingots. As you can see, you can make gold ingots from gold scrap, or you can make gold ingots from gold nuggets. All the next big updates are going to be on the other side of the map. I've added in some roads here, a big field that is buyable. It's owned by One Leg Carl. As we go down here, I added in some decor. I kind of played with this area, but it's a big map. Like this little area right here is the size of a normal map. Like just to give you some idea of how big this map is. But I do have some diggable mines that can be dug out using terraform. Now this is the iron mine, but I have removed the iron from it and buried it. And there's these little signs that you can move out of the way if you're... Ooh, I'm going way too fast. That you can move out of the way if you're done playing in this area, or you dig it out. But use terraform to dig that out. And here's another location that you can do the same thing. This one goes pretty deep back up in there. Give you an idea. It's about the center of the map. Also right in this area there's another field and a big water source right here. That I think eventually I'm going to put terraform on the dredge that I made, and then you can be able to dredge out this mountain of dirt right here. Some of you may remember this 3D model from FS17. It's a big, huge badger, and it produces dirt and pay dirt right here. You can see it's got full animations, full sounds. Even at night, there's lights and stuff like that. So it's just running constantly. I thought about making this into a mod, but a lot of it is kind of messed up with its faces and stuff. So I really want to make something like this, but I think I would have to make it from scratch if I did. That would take a little while, but if you're down for that, you know, consider letting me know. I also installed some of the processing facilities, and these are all purchasable in the store as well. We'll take a look at, here, we're going to go to Miner's Delight, and there's another one as well that processes dirt in this bad boy under the Miner's Delight pack. Now in the prior updates, I had the mines, the iron mine and the uranium mine, they were all placed over there. And I have since then moved them and built them into the map. So here's the iron mine that goes back into here. And just kind of trying to make it seamless, look like it belongs there. And then if you follow this road, you can either go this way or there's another route on the backside. We're going to go this way. We're going to basically go up the hill, some more building areas, some more mining areas. Nice little route that goes around here. It's going to wrap around. Got this all nice and decorated and whatnot. My speed bot really makes the shadow thing weird. But you will follow this road all the way back into here where I have built the canyon mine into the wall, or into the mountain right here, where it produces stone. And then inside you actually get the uranium ore that spawns. And there is uranium ore right there. It's already starting to spawn out, and you just pick it up, haul it out, put it in your machine, good to go. There's currently a big hole right here. I am working on another mine that will go down here, a completely new mine, and that will be with a future update. But for the time being, if you want to terraform, you could totally dig this out more, have fun with it, do what you need to do. And lastly, for this area, I have added this whole wall inside of here. This is a secret little commune, I guess you would call it. It's got some farming in there. It's owned by Ragface Ray. Yeah, that's this area. I know it's just a big map, a lot of work, but there should be grass for the most part everywhere now. I'm slowly trying to get all the edits done to the map, so you have to have a new save, and you will have to have a new save for this. I'm sorry. I'll wait a whole month before I do another update. That way you can get used to the map and whatnot. Now on to some vehicle updates. First, we're going to do the Nemetz. There was a texture error to where the inside of the inside area inside here was not showing, and that's because I had the textures in the wrong location, didn't see it. A lot of times I miss this stuff because it's on my computer. I have the textures, but when I make it into a mod, give it to you guys, the textures aren't there. And when you're dealing with thousands of textures, this is bound to happen. So if you ever notice really white, like it does not look like it belongs type of white or random different colors, let me know so I can fix it. All right, let's take a peek at the other boats now. Now under boats of Atoll, let's just go right down the line. I did not update the ferry boat yet, so most of what I'm about ready to talk to does not apply to that one. I still got to work that one, but I did update the Royal Parker, so you can now haul. I think it's 4 or 5 ropas on this. You can haul quite a bit. So wait, before you'd go to load it and it would wobble all over the place and it just wasn't any good. So I've since then fixed that, and the same thing with the cargo ship. And I'll try to remember to put images of me loading these all with ropas on the screen so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. Those are now fixed, and we're gonna get what other, did I do anything else? I did the same thing to the diesel locomotive, so that shouldn't bounce around anymore. I think I did that. And then the vehicle wagon as well, I removed the up and down feature to where you can move the boat up and down. When you start loading crates, containers, vehicles, stuff like that, it really messes with it because you have the two collisions that are constantly pushing on each other like gravity, and that's what creates the wobble. Every single one of the boats, I think, they got a engine upgrade. So normally, you'd figure a big train boat doesn't do more than 10 miles an hour due to the weight. And in real life, like 15 knots on a boat is pretty fast for most charter boats that I've ever worked on. So I know, but this is a 16x map, and a lot of you guys don't like how slow these go. So I did add a unrealistic version where this thing flies. And not too fast, but fast enough that you can get around. And just about all the boats have been updated with a realistic and an unrealistic feature. So if you want to keep it real, you can. If not, then I've added some power for you to use. All right, no, I don't want to buy it yet. We have added a new boat, the Coast Guard Defender, and this was donated. So thank you very much for your donation. And it sprays, has flashing lights. I do all the typical emergency response stuff. I did install it in the Boats of Atoll pack just because it's a boat, and if you're using the fire pack, you might not necessarily be using it on a water map, so I installed it here. And I did add some basic colors that I've seen on some of the boats out here that we have around uh, my area. So you can go through and do that, change the color however you want. So let's buy a version of it really fast and show you how to do it. Alright, so here's the Defender. You press your home key, will activate the flashing lights. I did not install a siren on this. If you guys want a siren, if you think a siren, they don't actually have sirens on the boats that are out here. I went and talked to some Coast Guard guy, and they're like, no, we don't have those on our boats. It might be different for other places, but I tried making it spray water. It won't spray water. It only sprays fertilizer and herbicide. And in order to do that, I just hit refill. I'll buy a pallet, and I turned the usage down so much that once you fill up once, it'll last for a very long time. Now that we're full up, let's drive. All right, let's cover some of the little basic buttons here. In order to, oh, I don't own access to the land. Hold on. Okay, once you own access to the land, we can turn on the fireboat. And there is some buttons here to spin it around, and then there's also an up and down. So you can kind of angle it where you want. Spinning it. I thought it was pretty neat. It's inside. Oh, I'm gonna turn that off, or I give somebody epilepsy. Your lights, all that stuff will turn on as you get going. It does have beacons when you turn those on as well. The beacons turn on the flashing lights as well. What else is there? This boat does have the raise up and down feature, so you can hold both your left and right mouse button, and it will raise and lower it. Since we're not doing any hauling with this, this feature is okay for this. Last but not least, current feature is you can unload it. So say you don't want to have that kind of stuff in there, you can just get near a dock like this on the left side of the boat, press I, and it will just unload the whole pallet for you. So then you can do whatever you want to do with it. And now, last but not least, a word from our sponsor.
Ahoy there. I'm just letting you know it's probably a bad choice coming here. Chances are you might not ever leave if you stay for too long.
The end is near, or it already came, one or the other.